Hey Hofstra fans, and welcome inside the W.B. Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. Mark Prusen joined by the head coach of the Hofstra men's basketball team, Joe Mihalich. Coach, thanks for the time.
Mark, great to be here.
Two more tough losses last week. It was a close one against Delaware, another close one against Towson. Your overall assessment of the week?
Well, the two best teams in the league. And we said going into the week, we kind of embraced the opportunity. Not to get too corny here, but we just said, yeah, this is great. You know, we got a chance to beat the two best teams in the league. We're going to practice hard. We're going to work hard. We know we can do it. And we played that way. Now, we didn't do it at the end, but with 59 seconds to go, you know, it's a tie game against the number one team in the conference. And, you know, then they end up scoring that possession. We had two great looks at threes. Didn't knock them down, and so they win by a couple. But, you know, it was a heck of a game. And Towson, same thing, where we fell behind, fought our way back. Pressed, stole, clawed, got to where it's our ball with down 5, with 25 seconds to go. We're driving to the basket, have a shot to make it down 3, have an open guy if we make the pass, and he knocks it down, we're down 2. We just didn't finish that play. And so, you know, we're that close. But, hey, we're excited about this week, too.
Delaware had essentially 4 point scorers in that game, in addition to Sadler and Usher. What's so difficult about that team?
Well, because they have just what you said. They have some people that can score. It's, you know, with some people, you got to shut down this guy. You got to shut that down that guy. Keep this guy off the glass. But with those guys, everybody can score. Everybody can really score. And one of their better players is not playing right now. So clearly the most talented team in the league, Delaware.
Now, moving on to Towson, you were shorthanded. In addition to what you've already been dealing with this season, Chris Jenkins was out with an injury. So you really only had 7 guys to go with in that game. How did that affect the game from your standpoint?
It wears us out. It wears us out. You know, you're afraid to play defense. You're afraid to make fouls. Now, we don't talk about that, but, you know, in the back of your mind, it's just kind of there. And as a coach, you're like, oh, let's just stay out of foul trouble. Please don't get hurt. Don't get tired. But the tired part's hard to control. And, you know, it's hard to stay fresh. It really is. But we have no choice. We're not complaining. You know, it's one of those... it was one of those things where the guys, you know, they're happy to be playing. It's just that they don't realize it's hard to play that hard for 38 minutes a game.
Had to claw your way back against the Tigers. Zeke Upshaw had 33 points in that game, his third 30-plus point game of the season. He earned CAA Co-Player of the Week. Talk about his performance.
He's been, you know, my goodness, he's been, and I was just asked about this. What's so impressive is that he, ever since the Richmond game, it's been his name circled on the scouting report. Let's shut this guy down. Let's shut Zeke Upshaw down. And he hasn't been shut down. I mean, at least not much. So I admire him for that. And he's, you know, we're on him all the time about, you know, you have to work harder now. You're going to have to work hard to get open, to use those screens, to be shot ready, to be fundamentally better. And he's done those things. He's, you know, he brings it every day.
Now, Musicone had 6 blocked shots against the Tigers. He's been one of the best defensive players on the team, and you know he played a full game against for Hofstra against the Tigers. Talk about what you saw from Musa.
Yeah, it was probably his best game, that's for sure. You know, it's funny. He's a high energy guy, and I think he'd be the first to tell you that when you're a high energy guy, you should be a little more productive. And so he was high energy on Saturday, and he was also productive with 6 block shots. I think he had 12 rebounds too, right? 12 rebounds, made a couple baskets, and you know, he's just a wonderful guy. You talk about someone that wants to please you. You know, that's Musa.
There's an interesting point in the game in the second half when Darrell Betemit had to come out because he picked up 4 fouls. Now, from your standpoint, that's exactly what you wanted, but there's still a lot of time left to play in the second, and you think not having a lot of depth just caught up with the players on the floor, because everyone for Hofstra was in foul trouble after that point as well.
You know, it's interesting. You know, it may have been it's what you hope for, but in hindsight, it kind of backfired. You know, the old expression, "Be careful what you wish for," because it woke everybody else up. And it's a talented team, an experienced team, a tough team. I think they're the toughest, physically toughest team in the league. And so when he went out, it gave all these guys who've been playing for a long time a chance to step up and say, "Okay, he's out. But we've been here before. We know what to do." You know, this kid Guthrie's playing great. You know, the transfer from South Florida, he's been around forever. I mean, it's a really good team. And as I said, it kind of backfired because the other guys woke up and really responded.
So 2 losses this season to Delaware and Towson, and now you'll take on another one of the top teams in the league, William and Mary. You defeated them earlier in the season at the MAC. What do you expect tomorrow night?
Well, I hope that it'll be the same as the last time we played it, but I expect it'll be different. Again, I was just asked, to talk about that game, and I said, sometimes it's just, we made some shots that we don't normally make. They missed some shots that they normally make. Outstanding offensive team. They don't get talked a lot about as an offensive team because of Delaware, but they're the second best offensive team in the league. They really shoot the ball. Great balance. They have a system that works for them that's hard to guard. It'll be a real challenge down there, and they're good at home, so it'll be a real challenge down there. But we're excited. As I said that a couple minutes ago, we're excited because there's a lot on the line. There's still a lot of basketball to be played. There's a lot of changes within the league. Within the standings of the league. And so we know that if we can have some success this week, that we can move up a couple slots and then let the chips fall wherever they may.
We won't look too far ahead, but on Saturday you'll wrap up the regular season at home against James Madison. It will be senior day, so how much are you and your coaching staff looking forward to that?
Well, we're not. We're not. It's a sad day. It's a sad day. It's a day to pay tribute to some seniors, some kids who have been around forever. And while I haven't been with these guys for 4 years, I've been with them for 1. People don't understand how close you get to these guys, and how much you admire their work, and how much they put into you, how much they give you. And for Stephen Wacconi and for Zeke Upshaw, I hope they have a great day because they deserve to have a great day.
All right, head coach of the Hofstra men's basketball team, Joe Mihalich, thanks for the time.
Thank you, Mark.
And thanks, Hofstra fans, for tuning in right here on GoHofstra.com.